90% of consumers read online reviews before visiting a business. What do people see when they look you up online? We give you the tools you need to take control of your reputation. Send surveys to your customers via text message with Testimonial Collector. Get 5-star reviews on all the major platforms like Google, Yelp, and more. Track what people are saying about your business with Reputation Manager. Respond to comments and turn negative reviews into happy customers. See what your competitors' customers are saying about them with Competition Tracker. Learn great marketing tactics and what it takes to stay on top. A bigger social presence means more connections. Automatically generate and schedule engaging social media posts with Social 365. Build trust, boost sales, and grow your business.
And welcome to another great Thursday. You are watching live on your very favorite social media app, or you are listening on one of your favorite podcast platforms. And we are back with the Entrepreneur Life Show, Thursday, 10 a.m. And I always like to say thank you very much to all of the faithful podcast listeners who have been downloading the shows, especially the replays have been so great. So even though I can't see you and you're downloading, it just lets me know that you appreciate the show and the guests and what type of guests I bring to the show. So I have always wanted to make sure that I recognize everybody listening on their favorite podcast app. Or if you're watching live and sometimes you can't watch live, and just download it on any of your favorite podcast app, whether it be iHeart or Spotify or whatever it is, you will find us there. Just look for the Entrepreneur Life Show. And for all of our upcoming guests and the past interviews that we've had, make sure you go to entrepreneurlifeshow.com. You can connect with all the guests, the full interview, where you can find them, because I have such amazing entrepreneurs, celebrity guests that you would just love to connect with. The full show will be there. Make sure you thumbs up. Make sure you share, because, of course, we like to share the knowledge. Okay, so let me get the housekeeping out of the way. I always want to thank my sponsors. So I have Marketing Out the Box with Sean Maddox. So if you want to reach more people, grow your business, and beat the competition, make sure you go to iwantmorecustomersnow.com, Marketing Out the Box with Sean Maddox. And as well as, we have our new sponsors, Spin Wax Radio, where you can check them out at spinwaxradio.com, making their debut. And let me tell you, if you want worldwide radio exposure in any genre, send your music airplay. They're looking for great talent all the time. Make sure you check out Spin Wax Radio at spinwaxradio.com. Okay, so what do we have going on today? As you know, I always have the best guests, the best publicists that bring me the best people for you. And today we have technology. We don't really have a lot in technology, right? I haven't had any type of guests like that where they bring real technology onto the show. This new innovation, we have Will Cunningham, developer of Aqua Technology. You would think, sounds like water, right? No, not at all. Not Agua, not Aqua Technologies, but one of the very first platform that's going to bring and offer you interactive radio ads. What's so amazing about it is because I've never heard of it, and I know you're not going to have ever heard of it because it's new. So this is a show to listen to. So let me tell you, if there's somebody who is not listening or watching, you better share it and tell them about it, because this is, let me tell you, he's going to get into it. This is going to be some great stuff. The first in automobile, it's called infotainment system for revolutionary crypto space, where it's changing the game in the POS system in purchasing and marketing and advertising like you have not seen before. So we are going to bring Will Cunningham onto the show. He's going to give us a gist of it and share the knowledge. So let me bring him on and say hello and welcome him. Hi, how are you?
Hello, how are you doing? Thank you for having me. I'm grateful to be here. And that one, really quick, that one promotion that one of your sponsors has a really good product. It was the music world. I want to get that information because we're also independent artists, and that's really important that we get, visibility on these independent artists that's so desperately needed because there's a bottleneck at the top of with the top 1% getting all the attention, the most popular artists getting all the attention, and the other 99%, sort of getting thrown by the wayside. And so that's what Agua Technology is also working on. Agua Technology is a software that enables people to make purchases from their purchases of goods, products, goods, or services while they're in their car. So if you're in your car listening to a song and you hear a new song, you can download it immediately. If you hear about an ad or a new concert or something coming into town, you'll be able to purchase it immediately, or at least stand in line, or at least learn more information about it. And that is just a new frontier for real-time interactivity for radio.
For us who are I would say need education for us non-technical people. And for there's so many entrepreneurs out today and people, everything is of convenience, and making it easy. So if you can kind of explain to our listeners a little bit about, your background and how this even came into fruition. I mean, because this is nothing I've heard of before, something totally new. And so to even have this idea of how it came to fruition and the creation of it.
Well, thank you for that. It is a new idea but it's all new big ideas usually build on an idea that was already in pre-existence. So here we are, we're just iterating on what it means to have a radio experience. We're just continuing the evolution of radio, which was halted as radio got bigger and more conglomerates started coming into the picture. It becomes harder to pivot on like a new technological advancement because it's such a risk. So radio, God bless its heart, was sort of paralyzed because they had all of this political white paper and debt to sort of think about before they could take a risk, which leaves the door open for entrepreneurs to kind of come in and plug and play and say, hey, we love radio. We don't want it to die. Let's keep this going. All the technology's here, and we can even make it more dynamic. So
you would think that combining music, entertainment, crypto, it's really a win-win.
Really, it is. And the crypto part actually represents ownership in an advertising space, which that's something that you can give to your children, right? That's like you own a certain amount of billboards in a city. People are going to come pay you to advertise on them, and you don't have to ever sell the billboards. That's the fundamental difference between us and these other cryptocurrencies. So you can tell the difference between cryptocurrencies by what they're saying, right? None of these other cryptocurrencies are saying if crypto goes away tonight, everybody that's has our coin in their wallet, they're going to be fine, right? Because we're still a multi-billion-dollar company. We're going to be generating our revenues come from premiums on advertising space because we've made it more dynamic. Not a cryptocurrency. There's much more security in our coin than there would be in a coin that you never know if the project's going to be built or what they're even talking about a lot of the times. What's going on, right? With ours, if crypto failed, all the people that have our cryptocurrency, they become essentially stockholders. So with or without cryptocurrency, we were already going to be a multi-billion-dollar a month company just because of us adding a premium on the ad revenues that are already coming in, which is around $17 billion a year radio is generating right now. And so we know that if we can allow them to do business from the ad, of course, that's going to lead to more revenue. And that's what we're excited about. And that's what that coin represents.
So can you kind of explain how the Wahwah token functions, how it works, and for us consumers, how we get involved? Because I did go to the website and was researching a bit, but if you can explain.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Wahwah token is like when you purchase a Wahwah token, you're saying, I want this project to work, right? So it's like a crowdfunding aspect. I want this project to work. So one day, I can throw my own products, goods, and services up on this thing. And so it's a really big opportunity for small business owners who maybe want to get a competitive edge in the marketplace. It's also a great opportunity for independent music artists who want to get a competitive edge in the marketplace, especially music artists. Because listen, if you're a music artist and you record a song in the beginning of the day, you can get a light mix put on it by that afternoon. And by that evening, you can have that song up on our platform as a 30-second ad. And if people don't change that ad, you got as many people that were listening to the ad, that's how many streams you got. And there's 17 million new cars being added to the road a year. So ours is primarily happening in the smart car infotainment system. And that type of distribution, even the major labels would want that. Even the big box retailers want that. And we're offering it to
Hold on, guys.
the retail consumer, to transfer power, you know? I'm sorry, I thought I heard you ask a question.
No, it froze up just for a second. You froze up a minute. So when you say in their vehicles, so explain how, is it currently in effect where we'll be able to, what is it, like an app that we can download? Like in my car, I know that I have apps that I can download and listen to, and connect to different devices.
Yeah, so we're working with car companies. The software is not done yet. We're early. This is why we wanted to get the word out, because we're building the software. The software should be complete by February 22nd. So we're really close, right? That's just 3 or 4 months away. Right. And then we go into selling ad space. So could you remind me what your question was again?
So will this be an app that we can go right into our dashboard? I'm assuming on our mobile phone as well. Yeah. But on our dashboard, we can download the app for the device and we can utilize. How would we?
Okay, so the app that's correct. There will be an app that you will be able to download from all the app stores, and that has fully listening capability. Really, that's all you're really going to need. However, we are working with the car companies to incentivize a better user experience. So they're looking at hosting the software natively in their dashboards to a tune of, and they have their own reasons for wanting to get involved with that, royalties and new data and, all different kind of reasons why they would want to be involved with this, right? So we're looking probably at a 2022 launch. Late 2022 beta test will probably start in third quarter, fourth quarter, and you'll actually be able to download Aqua when it'll be fully capable.
So if you don't mind, I wanted to share
urgency to sell the coin now.
I wanted to share a video. Sorry guys, he's freezing up just a minute, so just hold tight.
Oh, we broke it.
Okay, there you go. It froze up just a little bit. So if you don't, I want to share a video so people get an idea of the concept, if you don't mind, and then we can get more into the application. So I want you guys, if you're listening on a podcast, you really need to come back and watch the live so that you can see what I'm about to show you about this technology. And this is actually a really good time because it's still, parts of it is in development where we could all actually kind of jump in and invest. So let me share it really quick, if you don't mind, the video. So those of you who are watching live, let me tell you, this is amazing.
And navigate streets, collect your mail and your news.
Agua, purchase paper towels from Get It Mart and have them delivered to the house.
Sure. How would you prefer to pay?
Purchase with cryptocurrency. Agua, who sings this song?
This is Doing It Right by the Agua Kryptonites.
Agua, purchase this song.
Okay, would you like to pay with your debit card or Agua crypto?
Purchase with cryptocurrency.
Doing it right.
Let me tell you, that is something. So that's basically the concept. And I mean, that is amazing.
Right. So if you wanted to figure out, so another reason why you would want the coin, right? Let's say you're not a business owner or you're not a small, independent artist, but you just want to be, you want to have some skin in the game. Again, this is like buying billboards or commercial space that people would want to buy for you forever. And as long as you own the coin, you never want to sell your coin, by the way, right? You keep your coin because that's going to keep your benefits coming from the ads. So We don't subscribe to pump and dump. We don't subscribe to none of that. We're a very different coin. We have an actual utility. You're purchasing functionality within a software program. It's unparalleled. And
So so this is being in this stage. How do consumers like myself, business owners, and let's just say, what's the kind of the walkthrough of if we wanted to advertise, what that would look like, especially if you're selling a product though, right?
Right. If you're selling a product, good, or a service, you would then tailor make your advertisement to sell goods and services, right? Because right now advertising is just getting the word out. So what you would do is, as a business owner, you would want your ad to have call to actions: download now, purchase now. And that's just not the nature of advertising. So that creates a new communication between consumer and business owner, because you don't listen. These people are buying it before they even seen it. They're hearing about it and they're purchasing as soon as they're learning about it. The song comes on the radio, you get to preview it. You can't purchase it, immediately. Radio's been the #1 promoter of music, and it has never sold a song directly. In fact, they pay to play. They pay a fee to pay each song. So this is why so many people are interested. Like, wow! And then the functionality of the coin is so multifaceted. You can make in-car purchases. You can purchase ad space. You can really diversify what you can do. And there's a lot more programmability, a lot more things that you can program into the coin. So there's features and benefits we haven't even loaded into the coin yet, because we haven't got we're going to get the information from the beta test and know better how to serve our customers. So that's going to lead to bigger and better things that you can do, and more functionality. You can really, this is going to sound complex, but you can start your own record label with your own coin. Software as a record label. I mean, these artists are already, doing their own media. They're producing their own videos. They're throwing it up on their own DSPs already. They just can't get in front of millions of people. And if they put them up you put your music up on Spotify, one customer at a time has to go to Spotify and stream it. Whereas millions of people are watching this ad, and if they don't change the channel, if they listen for more than 30 seconds, you just got millions of streams. And it really flips everything on its head. And that's why we're excited. And that's why, the coin is on sale right now for $2.49 on our website. But if you look on Uniswap, it's worth $4.60 already. So as soon as you buy the token, it turns into pretty much essentially $4.65 worth of value as soon as you purchase it. And that's not going to be like that forever. The marketplace is determining that. And we're pivoting into selling ad space. So people need to take advantage of that, because when the advertisers come in and they are already in my inbox, that coin is going to be $10,000 a coin, $5,000. I can't do anything about that at that point, right? So that's why I'm trying to keep it $2.49 on that website for as long as humanly possible before I get punished by the marketplace. And I have to, that's why that's my sense of urgency for people to buy the coin. But outside of that, we're going to be switching our whole message pretty soon. These are like the last interviews about the coin. Like, you know what I mean? These are pretty much, I'm not going to be evangelizing the coin, because our business model is to sell advertising space. And we're quickly approaching that. So that's why we have to act like we know what time it is and take action.
Now, your background isn't just in technology, because how you were able to intermingle the two with the technology and the music is also the music background, correct?
Yeah, I'm a product designer, product developer, but my background is in music, songwriting, artist development, artist management, and marketing and advertising for that artist, dealing with PR on a bunch of different levels. Also, I do have radio in my background. I know how to, I've been on the radio, program directing. I can do anything in a radio station. So, and that's a big part of, the magic of all this coming together. It's almost like the universe prepared me to go through these struggles in the music industry and these other points so that I could deliver a good product that fixes the solution. And I'm really grateful for that.
So when you say that, so you are open to now, of course, it's a really great platform, as well as for artists who are up and coming artists, or even if you're not up and coming and you've already, made your space. I mean, right now is a really good time to get in. How would they connect, and how does it work for them?
Okay, they just got to go to the website and start purchasing that coin. and then there's communication. There's a protocol on our website, and all of our social medias are there. We're more than available to talk to anybody. In-person consultations is something that we're really good at. We understand that this is a topsy-turvy time. We understand that trust in public institutions has completely disintegrated with the bank bailouts we understand public trust is at an all-time low, and we look forward to building and cultivating relationships going on from here and from here forward. It's just we have to be very judicial with our time, and we have to be very respectful. We have to meet each other on the same pathway and let each other know this is, checking isn't cheating. You're allowed to poke and prod, and if somebody is making you think that checking isn't cheating, then there's a problem there. Transparency should be on everybody's mind, and it's just about your level of understanding. So I digress. You did say something about Agua. We named it Agua earlier because Agua, there's streaming aspects. We are in the age of the Aquarius, which is which is the water bearer. There's a lot to this. Liquid assets, streaming, and then of course this was born at a Latino radio station who was kind enough to open their doors for me and welcome me in with absolutely no prejudice and straight love, and give me a great opportunity. So naming the company Agua, which is water in Spanish, was just sort of like gratitude to them. So I just wanted to cover as much bases as I could really quickly.
I wasn't sure how that came about, that name specific for from Agua Technology.
Yeah, like I said, it was just me looking at what the times was, what we're talking about streaming. Everybody should be into liquid assets, So and then again, it's just I was working at that Latino Hispanic radio station, and it was like Agua. It just hit. That's where I nurtured this idea. So it was a shout out to that. It was a shout out to the Times, and it was a sort of a salute to streaming and liquid assets as well.
Now, what about people who don't have, maybe they don't have a smart car, or some people don't have some of the newer cars that have all that technology on board and streaming. So, what are other options that they have?
Just buy the coin. Buy the coin. And watch what happens. When you purchase the coin, that's the only skin you need in the game. You don't need a smart car. You really, if you own the coin, you're going to be getting a lot of updates, tutorials on what's happening with the product, and you will be educated the whole way through. This is for everybody. There's certain people who would want to act on it quicker than others, namely the independent artists. But anybody who wanted to fancy themselves as an ad executive, really. This is the lowest barrier of entry to becoming an ad executive. We've created the ecosystem for the smart space. And so we really look at our customers like ad executives, like, they're part of our advertising network. And that's like a side hustle. That's like a whole part-time business you can have of passive income that you're not even working. It's a turnkey business. Wow. You know what I mean? You don't have to do anything after you own the coin. You can say, hey, Agua fill the ad space for us. We'll probably take 7 to 10% and give you the rest for doing that, but that's yours. And we don't want your masters. We don't want, we don't want none of this oppressive things that these artists are, that they need. We don't need none of that. We're just saying, hey, take out your ad space, own the coin.
So for someone like me, and obviously because I'm not technical, if I wanted to, for myself as a consumer, and I say, okay, I want to get in now, I think it's a great opportunity, and I can look at marketing my business. And because obviously, as we all know, everything nowadays has changed from even beyond TV, that everything is streaming, and everybody they're going to their telephone and their app, and more people are listening to radio, even if they're work from home. They're listening to radio on their PC, or they're listening to radio on their phone, or their device, or podcast. I think that's why podcasts have grown so extensively and live. So for us to want to get in on any type of and get it right now, and what would the process be if I would say, okay, I want to get in now, I want to get advertising space. What does that look like for me? Okay, so
so there's two ways, right? So we haven't started selling actual ad space yet. That's going to start happening in December. We're going to actually start selling actual ad space outside of the coin in December. So right now, how you would get involved is you would just purchase the coin, and that coin is representative of early RSVPs of owning ad space. So once the technology is built out, you will own whatever. So if you own 2% of the coin, you own 2% of the ad space. It's just that simple. And so that's how you get involved. Now, uploading your content and things like that, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about the onboarding process all through the beta period, and that's coming. We still have to develop that because the app's not developed, but it's going to be as simple as just like you would upload a video into YouTube or upload on any other platform. Our functionality will be accommodating like that, and so that's how you would see yourself getting involved with it, and how your platform would benefit is in real time. Like if we were having, if this was on Agua platform and we were like having this discussion. We've been talking for 27 minutes, maybe 3 or 4 ads, excerpts of this conversation would have floated throughout the Agua ecosystem to millions of people. And they would have been able to, oh, let me join that conversation right now. And so in real time, the word could have been out. There could have been 3 or 4 automated ads just of us talking. And people go, what are they talking about? I'm opting into that. Boom, boom, boom. That's the magic. And that's how everybody will benefit. And people can donate to your cause 24 hours a day in real time. So, can you imagine at the end of the show looking at, oh man, we had 1 million contributions, in just a half hour. That's a brand new, that's a huge new algorithm that's about to hit.
So basically, I mean, and I'm just talking about me right now. I'm just talking about me.
Okay.
Because when I inadvertently started this podcast, it's really because, of course, I want to share entrepreneurs that they can share with other people and how they can connect with them. As I said in my beginning of my show and that type of thing. But if someone were listening to something that I did in the show, it would bring my guests so much more visibility.
Yeah,
and possibilities.
There's a lot of if I understood you right, because we were staticking up. If I'm understanding it right, you're saying that there's a lot more possibilities to come from this. Yes, there is, and there, on a personal level, you don't have just owning the coin. There's something called passive income that this country has known about forever, and our communities really don't know about it that much. But passive income means you're earning revenue without you looking at it. That means you come back in this, your money is out in the field working for you. And like they say on the Shark Tank, you want your little soldiers to go out and get more little soldiers. So you put your money into this platform, you're diversifying not just your USD, but also crypto, because we accept all crypto. So if your ad space is accepting all cryptocurrency, you're getting USD, you're getting Bitcoin, you're getting whatever people are willing to spend for whatever it is you're purchasing. You see what I'm saying? So you get a portfolio of currency. This is called the Internet of Money. You see, the Internet of Money is just like the internet that we know of, but there's a bigger internet coming called the Internet of Everything, and that's what this is representative of. So yeah, the possibilities. Every business that we know of is about to get disrupted when everything comes online, and that's what the Internet of Everything is. If we don't understand that there is a major new internet coming, that's by design. But I'll tell you right now, Fortune 500 companies are putting billion-dollar bets on sensor technology because it connects everything. So everything that's offline, your chair, your picture, your table, your house, everything's coming online. It's going to have sensor technology in it for a fully connected, integrated experience. So things are going to be radically different. Our company is the first major IoT commercial platform out there offering ownership in this. So when you say that there are the possibilities, I mean, we can, we're not waiting for the future to happen. We're actually creating it.
This is a good time then to buy in. It's like buying stock in.
I mean, that coin is already at $4.60, and it's only $2.49 on our website. We haven't plugged in any of our technology. They said we were crazy to start our coin at $2.49 because they were looking at what all the other coins were, all these other coins were starting at 0.1%. But I'm going, you guys don't understand how this works. That's because they don't have any utility. There's no worth there. You're not going to be earning. It's all hopes and dreams. we don't have to play that game. We know our value. We have actual, there's billions of dollars in the radio advertising industry, and we're not coming in trying to get a piece of that pie. We're actually bringing additional revenue to the pie. So that's why we're so exciting. That's why we're the big kid on the block, getting all the attention from like some of the worldwide biggest advertisers. But it seems like those that are on our level have a lot of trepidation. They don't want to accept it, and it's because they believe that it's too good to be true. And I'm telling you, that's no way to think. This is a very beautiful, magical experience we have, and if you open your mind, great things are possible. And I think a lot of us just think, nah, it's too good to be true. But there's that's, I can't do nothing.
So that there's no amount of the limits on how much of the Wahwah coin you token you get.
Yes,
right?
there is a limit. We only minted 9 billion. We minted 9 billion coins. That sounds like a lot, but it's not. 7 billion is staying with the company so that no one wallet can just destroy us overnight. So there will only be 2 billion coins ever minted. There's people with more than $2 billion in their bank account. Like, that's not a lot for the world to break up. You see what I'm saying? So it is scarcity, and we're never going to sell more than, we can't as a company sell anything more than 2 billion. So that's the opportunity, and pretty soon we're not going to even have the interest of selling the coin again, because
That's what I was going to ask you.
we're pivoting towards selling ad space. So that's why we're dynamic. That's why a lot of people don't want to cover us, frankly, because a lot of people have this information, they know about it in a lot of high places, and they just don't want to interact with me for whatever reason. But it's viable, and it doesn't line up with what they're doing because they're not viable. Like Warren Buffett said, he's not bullish on crypto because you can't draw down a check from it. Well, our crypto comes with ad space. You buy our crypto, you have ad space that's earning for you 24 hours a day. In other words, Warren Buffett would love our crypto if he got a hold of it.
That is a great return, though. I mean, like right now, and I'm saying if you're going to really make use of your crypto and Bitcoin, right now, some people just buy, you're just waiting, and you're waiting for, whether it's up or whether it's down, if you're going to pull some money out, because it's, that's basically it. And then it's whether or not you buy or sell, but otherwise, that's it. It's like at least it's like it's doing something for you.
Right. This, like, you're just getting, if I have Bitcoin, if I have some Bitcoin, right, and they said the Bitcoin is $60,000 now, right, $70,000. Right. We got to remember Bitcoin came into existence so that it would help with transactions. That's everyday transactions. Food, candy, gas, parking, all the little, everything that you can think of. Bitcoin was supposed to come in and take that over and be the new transactional currency. Guess what? The value went up. $70,000 a coin or something like that now. $65,000 a coin. It's worth more than gold. You don't see people in the store spending gold for milk and cookies and things like that. These people are never going to sell the coin. It's just going to be there in theory. They have it. It's rich on paper. But does it cross the real world barrier? Not until somebody says, I want to buy that off of you. Then you get a real world event. We don't play none of those games. And the highs and lows of buying, ups and downs, and the price going up and down and all that, our coin will never be less than $2.49. There is no down. We set our prices. It's, so who wants to be schizophrenic with the ups and downs? Now they're making you bipolar with this stuff, man. Like, your emotions are going up. Man, come over here to Agua Technology and don't even worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. You can watch us as we go, and you don't have to worry about if crypto is viable or not, because USD is still viable, and advertising is the number one thing in this country. It's the number one. That's what everybody is doing it for. All the television people are doing it for advertising. All the music people are doing it for the tune of advertising dollars. Every commercial, that pays the bills. When you watch television, they say, we're going to step away and pay the bills. That's when they play the ads. That's what this is all about. And the advertisers, they love the idea, but our loved ones, our people are not flocking to it, and it's disheartening. It's challenging, and I don't know what to say when you got trillionaires telling you, you just changed the way we do business. We have to work with you, and your own people won't believe in you. What do you do? What can I do?
I mean, look at how Amazon and Google started. I mean, people thought it was like, or Starbucks. Who's going to buy that? But I mean, there's no possible way that this is not to me. And I'm being honest with you. I'm not just talking. I was on the website for a minute, and I thought, I'm asking some questions for myself.
Right.
So I mean, there is no possible way that it can't be a win-win, because, like you were saying, when it's when you have that, people talk about passive income all the time, and I brought many people on here, and as being a business owner myself, because I'm a business owner in the accounting industry, people get confused of what passive income really is, or residual income. And if you're continually having to work for it, I don't know how passive residual it is, but whether this is doing the work for you.
This is you're done. When you own the coin, you really don't have to do it. I'm letting the cat out the bag here in a major way. Buy the coin and sit back and collect the benefits from the ad space. That's and like, if crypto goes away, advertising didn't. And we have I don't even say this enough. We have a proprietary software in advertising that enables people to purchase from the ad within a smart car. You can't purchase anything out of the car without it infringing on our IP. That's in old days they would call that a monopoly. We're not calling that now, but we created our own space. The space of purchasing things out of your car never existed until Agua software. It's never happened. And now we get to look at what that might do for the future. We got to remember, cars are going to be driving themselves in 2028. No auto manufacturers have any plans to make gas-powered vehicles past 2028. That means these cars are going to be driving themselves by 2030. The government has already committed to fully autonomous vehicles by the year 2030. That means more screens in your car. You don't have to worry about driving. You can forget about the steering wheel. Now that window is going to, and can you imagine the opportunity? The car is the second biggest item to a person besides their home. So that is a tremendous opportunity, that forefront of the infotainment system, and nobody even thought to attach a cash register to it until
exactly, yeah. I like that word, infotainment. Yeah, that's a little different. So really, I mean, there could become a time if people aren't really jumping on it now, because now we're kind of, although you're in the stage and you currently have the development, but because we're still sort of in the beginning stages, really, now is the time to get in before you can't, really.
They've already spoken.
Hold on, guys, just a second.
Have already said, we want to give this to our pre-existing clients. We want to pipe this in because we can do something with our profitability. We can double X, triple X our money, 5X our money. And these companies are already doing hundreds of billions of dollars in ad revenue. So they have a pre-existing clientele. So if they give their pre-existing clientele this software, it creates new premiums for them. So regardless if we sell a coin to anyone in the public, this is not a yes or a no. We got to understand that the future is completely programmable. There's no yes or no. The yes or no should never even factor into the calculus. It's just step by step, and how do you execute? There is no gatekeepers in the future. We are the future. Our children are the future. We create it. We don't wait for it to happen. You see what I'm saying? So that you're right. There is no. It's a win-win, because we wouldn't even be here if that was the case. Sorry, I get really riled up.
So for those who might have jumped in and have missed a little bit, I wanted to kind of jump back in with like the artists and up and coming artists and indie artists and things like that. Because obviously, if you're in a platform on like your car and your radio, as an example, the visibility is like never.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't find the word for it, really. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and what we have to watch out for early is option fatigue. See, option fatigue is a real thing. If you go into a supermarket, you see 1,000 brands, 1,000 different kind of things advertising the same thing. You're going to get like, you're going to get overwhelmed. So really, in the beginning, we want to be able to recognize everything. Agua wants to listen to your experience and listen in on everything that you're doing. That that's going to enable everybody that listens to Agua a data dividend, because we're getting certain data right now from you that we're going to use, and we're going to be transparent with the data that we want, and you will be able to opt out of that data. I'm not comfortable sharing that. I'm not, okay, opt out. It'll be like you will be able to opt out of what you don't want. And you letting the Agua listen, the more you listen, the more you get incentivized. So even we're giving you a data dividend kickback on your data. Company, your data right now is being monetized to the tune of trillions of dollars, and we're not being cut in. This is the first step in allowing our data to become our IP. And that's how we got to look at it, because data is another currency. It's just not, it doesn't have a dollar sign. It's not being traded. It kind of is being traded on Wall Street a little, if you really think about it. But data is really the real money. You see what I'm saying? That's how cell phone companies make data. They sell it to who? Advertisers. They sell your data to advertisers. Guess what? I'm making us all advertisers now. I mean, we're all advertising anyway. You get up and put your clothes on, and you have a message on your t-shirt or something on your hat. You're advertising anyway. You're having an experience in your phone. You turn on your phone, you're on your laptop. You might as well let Agua incentivize that and listen in and understand what's going on, because it's happening without you understanding. We're just cutting you in on it and giving you more control through transparency. It's a very, very, very huge time for people to understand that the power is getting transferred, but they're not going to give it to you. No one's going to give it to you. You have to actually take action. And we just made it as simple as you can. Go get the coin and watch what happens. If you're non-committal at first, buy $100 worth of coin. Watch what happens. Just watch the value of it. Watch what it looks like on Uniswap, and then if you feel comfortable, hey, invest a little more, and then you'll see what happens. You don't have to throw the kitchen sink at this.
So when you decided to develop this and say, okay, I'm going to bring this into fruition, what kind of, did you already have the connections with the people in the industry where you say, how do I make this app? How do I develop this app? I'm sure there was some rough roads ahead of getting it developed.
Yeah, there was. It's a mix of what you said. It's a little bit of, I had some people from the music industry, and then I had to go find some people who understood what I was trying to do. And then I had to also get about the business of failing fast and quick. You got to fail fast and quick. That is a key. That a lot of people feel failure. It's your secret weapon. You need to champion failure, and you need to fail as much as you can aggressively, so that you can get the data to optimize. You can say, okay, I didn't do. Failure is nothing more than optimization data for your next step. That's why we need to fail fast early. So for me to get this idea out there, I had to find out what people in my connections, what they knew about this and what they didn't, and then I had to find out what I knew, my own shortcomings and what my own limitations were, so that I could go get the people who would be stronger, and that would be stronger than me. Like, I don't write code personally. I don't know how to write code. I'm what you might consider a non-technical founder. But I have the vision, and I have the ability to research like no one's business and get to the bottom of it and find that languaging that I need in order to get what I want. So that's what I was able to do with engineers. I was able to go use their terminology to tell them about the functionality of this, and it worked. And they were like, yes, thank you. This is going to work. So I was able to get a lot of new friends and new connections, because new excitement was attracting people to this. So it was a mixed bag of figuring out what I didn't know, using what I had, and then also going out to just be fearless in my failure.
So when I went to the website, I know that you already even have the white paper, everything. I mean, the whole specifics on the white paper where you can actually read up on it.
Yeah.
And it really gives a lot of resourceful information. So for those, I did a little bit like that for myself. Sorry about that, guys. I should turn my volume on. For myself. So for those who are like in question and not sure, even though there's still some development, it gives so much information for those who are, you really have to go to the website. I mean, if you missed the video of how what our future looks like, you really missed a lot. You have to go and watch the live to see that.
Yeah, I implore everybody to get lost on that website, and if they have any more questions after that, to hit our team up. because we're very responsive through email, through text message, and things like that. And our team is rapidly expanding. We're in Hollywood right now, making a lot of noise. They brought us out here. We're having good luck fundraising, and things are going really well. And so, again, they see where we're headed, which is selling ad space. And once we do that, you won't even be hearing me talk about the coin really that much. You know what I mean? It'll be what financial literacy is all of our responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? We all have to understand what money means. It's not that difficult. When you understand how to make your money work for your money, you understand that this is a no-brainer. That's why there's so much, excitement. And another thing, these other cryptocurrencies have spent millions of dollars getting to the point that they're at. I've been doing this for 7 years. I'm under $100,000 raised, bootstrap. So again, we're the crafty, scrappy guys that got it done. You see what I'm saying? And and that's disheartening for a lot of our contemporaries, because they're like, how did you do that? Well, they didn't teach you this in Yale. They didn't teach you this in Harvard. They don't teach you how to bootstrap or struggle or vision in any of these Ivy League schools. And so that's why I'm out here kicking a lot of these guys' butt right now.
If you can just be, before we're almost to the end of the show, but I wanted to share a little bit about your team, and the people that you brought in, and of course their experience and people connect with you. I did see you have about 3 or 4, and plus you already have some really great people that are backing you, some really great companies that are already backing it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of love. Like, a lot of people seen what I was doing and took to me. They were like they said, wow, okay, I feel something with this. This is something else. So my team that you see on the on our website is very multicultural, very diverse. You have every walk, religion, sexual orientation that you can think of in this company, and it's not even about any of the politics, or because we all have our own belief systems and things, but we talk about it and we laugh about our differences and we celebrate our indifferences, because we realize that our indifferences are what make us the same. So what you see on our website is, you see white women, you see black, you see me as a black man, Asian, you see all different kinds of walks of life. My mother's heavily involved with the company as well. She's a Wahwah millionaire, and she's, she does her thing. And then we have a Jewish woman, Layla Steinberg, who actually discovered Tupac Shakur. She's a mentor in this, and she's been day one on this, and pretty much, she was my mentor as a child. It's, it's not every day that you can turn your mentor into your business partner, and that's exactly what happened with her. And so she was able to help us in the music industry and open up some doors and navigate around some predators and things like that, to, because you need good people. You need to be insulated, and that's a very good thing. But guess what? The universe is very accommodating when your heart is in the right place. The teachers and the guides will just magically show up. It's really a trip. But you must be honest with yourself, and you must not. You gotta put failure on your agenda. You must go out and fail. It's the funnest thing you'll ever do. You learn how not to take yourself seriously, and you learn a great deal about how the world works. So
I definitely want to make sure that, if you don't mind, I just really kind of want to show the video again for who might have jumped in, because technology, sometimes when you can't see it, you can imagine it. So I just want people to kind of see, it's really an amazing concept. I'm not saying that because you're on the show, because it seriously is. So I just want to bring it one more time, because I wanted to see it for myself too. Yeah. But I just want you guys to get the concept of what's happening. So if you guys are listening on a podcast, you may not see this where you're listening. I see a few of you are on the podcast. You really have to come to the website, entrepreneurlifeshow.com. I also put the website for Agua Technologies inside of the chat, but you can also, it will be on the website. So you'll be able to see that. So I just want you to see how this works, to go to the website, to the video for yourself, see the technology, because you just can't hear about it. Just seeing it is pretty damn amazing. So,
yeah. Thank you.
More than a quarter of a century ago, our guest today published a book about the future of technology. The computer of the future will be as portable as your watch and as personal as your wallet. It will recognize speech and navigate streets, collect your mail and your news.
Agua, purchase paper towels from Get It Mart and have them delivered to the house.
Sure. How would you prefer to pay?
Purchase with cryptocurrency.
Seriously. This is very fun.
Agua, who sings this song?
This is Doing It Right by the Agua Kryptonites.
Agua, purchase this song.
Okay, would you like to pay with your debit card or Agua crypto?
Purchase with cryptocurrency.
Doing it right.
That's amazing. So I just can't emphasize that enough, really. So this is really great technology.
So, yeah,
I mean, I love the concept. You can't not.
Thank you so much. A lot of people, most people love the concept. Really, a lot of people love the concept, and they find themselves in it. They find themselves really quickly before they realize it, seeing themselves in it, having the experience. I get a lot of people that tell me, "Oh my God, you know how many I could have used this a year ago, 2 years ago. I was driving, I didn't know the name of that song on the radio. I didn't know nothing. They played a mix. I wanted to know that song." I'm like, man, there's so many stories. My mother has a personal anecdote where a personal story where she goes, I was listening to this commercial for like a year. It was a Salvation home therapy commercial. And she was like, it took her a year of hearing that commercial until she finally went in the store and bought it. Do you know how frustrating that must be for Salvation home therapy and the consumer and the radio station, that there's no bridge to capitalize on that immediately? The question becomes, how many more times will my mother have ordered from that ad or got a bonus or something if she could have ordered more than 5 times, or could have became an affiliate marketer and now start selling the products that she's been purchasing after she eclipsed a certain amount. That's where we're going with this. After the end person, after our customer purchases a certain amount of products, audiobooks, songs, or services, after they hit a certain amount of money, they can now become an affiliate marketer for those products, goods, and services, create their own ads and put it up on Agua and start making money like that as well. That there's so many fascinating moving pieces to this that I cannot wait to go into detail with so many more people about the advertising side, the benefits of the software. It's just right now we're on crypto. We're pumping the crypto, but we're pivoting pretty soon, and I'm very excited about these features and benefits. I got 1,000 ideas on how to make this thing even more cool and more fascinating. I just can't wait.
But there are so many, platforms and actual brick and mortar radio stations or so, where people who are getting like their hour of time for advertising on a radio station, but then that's it. Then they're gone. And I see people who are doing like, there's realtors and stuff like that, or loan brokers or whatever they are. But then and this only because this has happened to me, and I've been driving or something or working, and then I'm like, it's kind of like, what was that? Because it's like you have to stop.
Right.
And then you're trying to find it. And if it's just that hour of time on the radio, you can't go across the station and be like, what is that again? You know what I'm saying?
We have a protocol, and this is already in our software. Like, excuse me, I just hit my arm. We have a protocol in our software that are right now, because we can demonstrate our software right now and show you how far we've built it. For the right investor or whatever, we can come along and show you exactly where we're at in the tech, in the software. We have clickable prototypes and everything to show you exactly how it would work. So, and in doing that right now, we have a bookmark protocol. So when you hear a song and you may not be interested, you might, I want to learn more. I might not want to buy or contribute, but what is this about? Bookmark, you find out everything you want about that. You get once you say Agua bookmark, because remember it's voice activated, you don't have to touch anything.
Right.
Yes, Agua purchase. Yes, Agua bookmark. You get you get an email and a text message about more about that, whatever it was you inquired about. So that right there is a lot of people don't know this, but just the bookmarking protocol, forget purchasing, forget all that. Just being able to bookmark goods and services, what you hear on the radio, multi-billion-dollar a year industry. Just the bookmarking protocols, just that alone, because that's worth so much that data is worth so much to advertisers. They're like, we know exactly the point of the ad that the person got interested. They don't know that.
Yeah. Oh my God. So I mean, it really gives you some great analytics. So it's like a computer in a computer. So basically, it tells you what part of what's not working on your advertising and what is working in like real time analytics.
In real time. So if you take out an ad campaign, you got 30 ads, right? You took out an ad campaign, you got 30 spots. That can get quite expensive. But let's say that your inventory or something changed, or you sold your inventory and you got a new product, but you did that by the 4th ad. Well, you still paid for those other ads. Now what are you going to do? You can switch out that product and get a new product in there, or say, Agua, fill the rest of these ads for me. And you don't lose the money. You still earn. You can't do that right now on radio or with the ad campaign. You can't switch out your content midway and then fix the loser. Like say for example, we have a commercial and that we put on our platform, and it's a 30-second commercial, and 20 million people are listening to it. Now, by 10 seconds, 18 million people change the station, and that happens again. Another ad comes on, and 18 million people change at the 10-second mark. You can go say, wait a minute, at 10 seconds, we're losing 18 million people. You can tighten that little 10 seconds up in real time and fix that message and get it fixed. So those other ads, and you can continue to test ad by ad, because you're getting real analytics that from real people in real time. You know, bots and faked accounts and faking streams is a whole nother conversation. You're not going to be able to do that here, and you won't need to, because the volume is so immense. And I'm sorry, I'm nerding out now. I could go on for a while.
I mean, because traditional advertising is, okay, this is kind of like who's listening, this is where they are, and this is their age. But it doesn't tell you when they lose interest. It's just giving you this kind of percentage. And so, but
it's all vague. It's all, listen, it's propaganda. I'm sorry. It is.
No, because I got advertising on radio, and I was really reading into things, and I was like, well, how do I know for sure, like, this time slot is going to work for me? Well, we've into fruition because this is when entrepreneurs are listening. So what ads are you running at that time, and how competitive are they for me? Or if they're all realtors, they're not going to be interested if they're all connecting to real estate ads, and I'm an accountant. So how do I know that, I'm going to get this? And you don't know until after, and you pay for the money, and there's nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do.
Yeah.
So with ours, we can know what city. So we know what cities people are interacting in, what traffic light they're going to be at when they interact with it. We have very precise information that is available should the driver allow us to listen to that. But our advertisers have to understand something. When you go to advertise on our platform, as a coin holder, you get your own analytics. You're gonna have a dashboard with your own analytics. We're not gonna charge you for that. But if you don't own the coin, as a business owner, as a business model, I have to charge you for that, because that's a whole business out here. Nielsen charges people for data. That's what this is. They track the data and then they charge you. So if you don't own the coin, I got to charge you the premiums, and I got to charge you for the data. But if you own the coin, that's your data. I don't got no say so. You can then take your own analytics and show other consumers, and you can go get your own customers to advertise in your ad space at your own rate, because the coin you don't even need. You can go, hey man, I got some Agua vintage space, man. I got 5 slots for you. Let's get you an ad up there. I got a campaign up right now. Or like, you might know somebody in the neighborhood doing a little garage sale or something. Hey man, I can get you a localized ad in your neighborhood, and I can blast that message, 7 times within 4 hours, just to the people in the area who can go to the flea market. You know how packed that flea market's going to be, or that garage sale, man, so quick.
So I'm sorry, I'm thinking of it on, because in an accounting point of view is, if I were to place an ad and I get so many people from my show and I have clients, I mean, I can be like, I can make money off of just like, hey, I'm going to put you in my ad.
Right. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's your aspect. I don't come in until you say, hey, I'm not going to be doing nothing these next 3 weeks, this next 6 months. I don't got nothing. Automate these ads for me. We'll give you 6% back to the platform. Give me my 94%. We say, fine. We'll fill the ads automatically for you.
That is, well, that's something. Okay, so, and I'm not technical, but that's, yeah. So, okay,
that's the beautiful part. Neither am I. They don't like me to say that. Stop saying you're a non-tech. Listen, people need to understand that you can do it. Okay, I didn't have no technical. I'm probably typing 30 words a minute right now. You know, so like I'm not that guy. However,
this is
you're not
almost
going to
like
find somebody more willing to learn than me. And so that's all you need is a willingness to learn and the vision and a good idea. The people are waiting to help you in this world. A lot of engineers don't have the vision. They just know how to get what you want done. And so we need each other. You know, my shortcomings actually invited in a great team. The things that I was not good at brought powerful people that were good at those things. So yes, please, let's get out of our own way and start thinking huge. I would tell everybody, start thinking big and ridiculous right now.
Yeah. So, okay, so guys, so we are at the end of the show, and make sure that, for everyone listening and everyone who has watched live, thank you for the hearts and the likes. That we're not even into all the information we can get. So I want to make sure that you guys connect with Will, connect to the website. Everything is down the white paper. Everything is down the website. I was on there for a minute. It's like so much. So I actually am planning to get my law point. I want to get in right now. And that's so you will see a receipt from me. Because I think it is an excellent time, the perfect time, because I definitely don't want to, or people don't want to get in when it's too late, or when it's like, it's like Google or Amazon. People didn't believe, and now it's like the cost just to invest and get in. It's like you can't afford it. It's like
kind of like, who can afford to buy 60? And who really wants microscopic shares of anything? I own 3/10 of a. Yeah. People want to say I own 100. I own 1 million Wahwah. I got 1 million Wahwah at $20. That's a $20 million haul. I got people in the company right now own 1 million Wahwah, and it's right now their estimated net worth is at $4,060,000 or so, $4,600,000 because their coin was worth $249 when they received it, and now it's at $467. You can start performing your own valuations on your coins. Now listen to this magical thing, and we can leave with this, or set up a part 2. Where I could come back and get in the weeds with some more of this and start, getting into consultations if need be. But as a matter of fact, it's 11:05. Let's just leave it like that. Let's just leave it right there. I really want to go in, but I know my team is telling me to. All right, I'm gonna end it up right there. Get on that website and call us. I'll walk you through everything.
Okay, so for everyone who has been tuning in, I want to thank our guest again, Will from Agua Technology. Make sure that you guys go to the website. You can watch the full interview, connect with him, but the website will be there, so he'll tell you again where to find it. But I'm gonna be in. So for those who aren't, that I'll look back in a few years, and then I can laugh at you like if I had invested in Amazon or Google, which I wouldn't have, and I didn't know. Or Starbucks.
Right.
So anyway, and so again, before we check out the show, make sure that you tell them where they can find you on the website.
All right, guys. You can Google me, Will Cunningham, Agua.Technology, Wahwah token, or you can Google Wahwah token, or you can just Google Agua.Technology. When you get to the website, all of our social medias are there. Find yourself, discovering yourself, getting immersed, clicking on buttons and hitting stuff, and just finding out how you can contact with us. There's some numbers on there you can call if you have any additional questions. The email is up there. Get lost. All the communication you need is at Agua.Technology. You can purchase the coin there, or just Google Wahwah token. Any of these things come up. Agua.Technology, Will Cunningham, Wahwah.
Thanks again, guys. We will see everybody next Thursday. Go to the website, entrepreneurlifeshow.com. We'll have a calendar of the upcoming guests up through December, and you will be able to see this interview
Thank you so
live
much.
again. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for your time.